Hello, and good day, everyone. Welcome to Drakan HK's Glitch Tutorial Update with Josoya here, where we now have the European version of the game. Now, the American and the European version of the game side by side, we will be able to now, finally, be able to explore the PAL version of the game and be able to see what glitches that I have showcased to you all can be done in the PAL version of the game, and which ones we are unable to. Much like, as far as I know, the Ren glide glitch is not be able to perform, but now I'll be able to test that myself. But as far as glitches and testing things out, we won't be investigating that until I'm done with my first playthrough of the original, the American version of the game. But let's go ahead and now take this opportunity to compare these side by side. As I want you to notice here, in the differences, is that in the American version, if we look closely here, I think this artwork resembles more closely to the Order of the Flame rather than the Ancient Gates. That's kind of giving like a false advertising, much like, who's this main character? Where did the character in the front go? As well as my Arok. Because if we look at the PAL version and the cover, it's much more, what you see is what you get. And for those who are done the Order of the Flame, probably are turned off a little bit because it's a bit more cartoonish. Arok doesn't have that dark tone that he used to. Now here, if we look on the back, I like to note that the original doesn't have as much detail as the PAL version of the game, which I do like the back of the PAL version a whole lot better. Though I do want to note that the pictures on the back of the PAL version are the same pictures that are featured in the instruction manual in the American version of the game. Speaking of enclosed instruction books, let's
check out the enclosed instruction book.
For those of us who are here in the Americas, much like myself, are probably familiar with this version in which the instruction book is like a picture of a leather book with the Drakan HK's title on it. Of course, the disc is also kind of plain, but here we basically have the title on top of the instruction book, the same as the disc, though the backgrounds are a little bit different. But I kind of like the leather book appeal much better than what we're kind of given here with the PAL version of the game. Now, one thing I do want to note, if we look to the back here, in the American version, we have a advertisement for the game Eco. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but I wonder if any of you guys have actually played this game. With that aside, in the PAL version, we get a picture of Arok and a Yeti, maybe Dagmog, maybe not, but it also has a picture of an 8-byte memory card, which emphasizes, hey, in order to play this game, you're going to need to have a memory card. Now, whoever owned this prior to me actually has left in here a key for understanding basically the password to get into the Kleinsmith's blade. Also telling me that the statue faces east, as well as the passwords that you can all find on GameFAQs as well. So I guess if GameFAQs were to just go up and vanish, as well as Arok's lair, I have this to still use and go by if anything were to such thing were to happen. Looking inside the instruction manual, you'll see basically we have a cover within a cover. At least that's what it looks like to me. And this time, Ren is pictured in front of a Yeti or Dagmog, just like Arok was in the back of this instruction manual. Now, here I do want to note that the mapping and the general information, the layout is slightly different than what is used in the American version of the game, including the pictures of enemies as well as the number of enemies depicted in here. In fact, in the American version of the game, it's not restricted to just enemies, as it also shows General Daramon and Mashala in here, which is basically the beings of Sardana rather than the enemies of Sardana. Also, in the PAL version of the manual, we don't have any page numbers. In fact, we don't even have a index to kind of jump to any of the pages in here. Where in the American version, we actually do have page numbers. And on top of that, we actually do have a index that we can use to jump to different pages, which I much prefer this, even though it's a short read through, but I much prefer that over the PAL version, which we're just, again, given a title picture, and then we just jump straight to the content inside the manual. Now, looking at the discs side by side, I'm not sure as to which version I prefer better, one with a larger logo but no picture, and the one that has a picture but smaller logo. Comparing discs aside though, I do want to note that whoever had this before I did took real good care of it. I mean, look at the cleanness on here. There's hardly any scratches at all. I am very surprised that I got it in condition, given how old this game is. This is astonishing. Either that or the game shop that I got this from cleaned it up just as nicely. Speaking of the game store I got this from, I want to give a shout out to Bargain Hunter, which is a game store based in Australia, for allowing me to purchase and possess this game. I have tried other vendors that had cheaper purchasing options and shipping costs, but this is the only vendor that didn't cancel my purchase and followed through with sending it over here to the Americas. So, they have their own Facebook page, they have their own scan code, so I'm not sponsored by them at all, but I just want to give them a shout out for allowing things to be possible that I can do with the glitch tutorial now, with both the American and now the PAL version of the game, which I am very satisfied with my purchase thus far, and I look forward to being able to play test this soon. So again, shout outs to Bargain Hunter, and as for you guys, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, have a great life, everyone.